Self-awareness is a necessary step in our evolution as humans. One of the major differences between humans, animals, plants, and a rock is their level of intelligence. According to the Edinburgh Lectures on Mental Science by Thomas Troward, he said, the higher the intelligence, the more completely the mode of motion is under its control, and as we descend in the scale of intelligence, the descent is marked by a corresponding increase in automatic motion, not subject to control of a self-conscious intelligence. This corresponding level of intelligence is directly linked to the corresponding level of self-awareness, so we can infer that our level of self-awareness is an element that differentiates us from plants, animals, and things, which is further collaborated in the book. This descent is gradual from the expanded self-recognition of the highest human personality to the lowest order of variable forms, which we speak of as states, and from which self-recognition is entirely absent. Hi, my name is Ben. Welcome to The Pathless Way. I am on a journey of self-discovery through spirituality, life, and all that is. This channel is a reflection of my experience on this journey. Thank you for your presence. As we humans start to recognize ourselves as a self-conscious entity different from our environment and its resources, we start to recognize others occupying the same environment and sharing the same resources. This realization has led to how civilization have developed over the eons up to the present time. It shouldn't be a surprise that the rise of self has led to the corresponding rise of the other. For how can there be a self without the other? We see duality coming up again here. If we investigate ourselves, we will put ourselves somewhere in the spectrum between how much we identify with self versus others. Although there are the few minority who will identify with the extreme pole of self or other, most people are somewhere between, identifying more or less with either side of the pole. When we are aligned to the self pole of the spectrum, our purview is about how any situation will serve our purpose. We are always in the state of, what's in for me? How is this beneficial to me? We put ourselves first and take the maximum benefit before we even start to entertain how others can benefit from it. Even when we help others, it is only because there is a benefit to be had. Remember, thinking of self is not inherently bad, but when we take anything to its extreme, issues start to arise. If we extrapolate further, we will find that this is the root cause of all major problems in the world. Issues like greed, corruption, insecurity, poverty, unequal opportunities, name it. Or what else could fundamentally explain why we are having all these issues? Now, if we go on to the other side of the spectrum, the other pole, people here are completely altruistic. They give, and give. They can't say no to others. Before they take any action, they will meticulously think about how the people around them will be affected. They put others ahead of themselves in all situations, even to the point where it becomes detrimental to them. I am sure we have seen people act this way, or we sometimes do things to please others that are not necessarily beneficial to us. We can all agree that being fully in the other state is not sustainable. The classic example will be the airplane scenario, where the flight attendant tells us that in the case of emergency, we should first put our oxygen masks before attempting to help others, even if they are our young ones. The truth is, you can't take others where you've not been. You can't see the light in others if you haven't seen the light in yourself. Isn't it obvious that for us to give as much when polarized to the other pole, we have to first take in as much by operating on the self pole? We can only give what we have. No matter how much you want to give, you can only give as much as you have. You can't disconcern yourself with the self part because it is a vital aspect of becoming fully available for the other part. Knowing that we can't have one without the other, there has to be an integration with both sides of the pole. There has to be a balance between the poles. One idea of balance could mean to find the midpoint and operate from there. This is one way of looking at it, but could be easily misinterpreted as not caring for the other or the self. Let me implore you to look at balance in another way. Be the whole spectrum. No matter which point we find ourselves polarized to, we are capable of switching to the opposite side. We already do this. No matter how selfish we are, on the rare occasions, we go against the run of play and make a selfless act. This goes for the other side too. To integrate this balance, we should spend as much time in the self pole as the other. There is a time to give and a time to receive. I am not saying it will be easy, but with a conscious effort on our part, it is possible. We can always find the balance, especially when we operate from our inner guidance. A phrase that captures this sentiment is enlightened self-interest, which can be described in a nutshell as, I will be the best I can be so that I can bring the biggest impact to others. I myself have been struggling with this until recently. I have always been the nice guy. I like to give, help others, even when I don't have much. I still give out the little I have. But overall in life, I wasn't achieving much. I don't feel like I am at the place I had dreamed and hoped for. I give away my attention, time, and resources to others, but have no evidence of abundance in my life, which ultimately affects what I can give away. I wanted to give out so much more, but sadly, I had given out all I could, even to the point it had become detrimental to my own personal requirements. I had known about the concept of enlightened self-interest before, but haven't fully understood and embodied it until recently when I started growing spiritually and also receiving coaching from people ahead of me. Then I started to realize that I need to put myself first. I need to prioritize my growth and development, especially at the early stages. Not until I have reached a critical point with this can I really make the lasting changes and impact that I truly desire in others. You see, I had only been making surface impact to others because I didn't have much to offer. Now that I have realized this, I have decided to become more selfish with my time, attention, and resources. I have decided to prioritize only those things that will contribute to the full realization of my true self, because where I'm going, I will be able to make lasting changes that will positively impact the collective. I am not saying don't help or give others along the way, but always check if this is in alignment or detrimental to your greatest good. You can argue that putting yourself first and working on becoming the best version of you is one of the most important ways you can contribute to the collective. Imagine a world where all is conscious about this self and other phenomena. All individuals doing their part to bring balance to how it is exercised. That is a world where peace will reign. No violence, no hunger, no stealing, no corruption, no gluttony. Think about all the negative things present today that stem from the negative side of self-interest. Then remove all that from the world. It will be a world of peace and harmony among all its inhabitants. You might be asking, what am I to do now? I can't tell you what to do. You have to figure out that yourself. As much as it is a collective need to change our perception on self versus other, it is very much an individual journey. As we make these changes in the individual, we will see the effects in the collective. As Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you want to see. Thank you for joining me on the Pathless Way. I hope you found value in the insight and perspective shared on this channel. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring the Pathless Way. Thank you.